Okay, this is a quick tutorial on how to plug in new events, and this will also reserve the room that you needed to use, and as well as it will request any flyers or things that you need designed for you for that event. So what you'll do is you see events over here on the left, click on that. You can either go here or just right to the new events button, and you will put in the name of your event and what type of event it is. Let's say if it's outreach or ladies events or anything that you are in charge of. So for this is the basic info spot right here. Your the name, the type, what date, and the start and end time. And you actually have to put an end time, so you can just guess if you're not sure. And then here, just let it know if it's a repeating event or not. We don't have a lot of those, but if you did have one that's going to happen recurringly, then just put it there. Up here is another important spot. Please put the location, and that doesn't mean the room at the church. It means if you're going to be off-site somewhere. So if you're having a meeting at McDonald's, you write McDonald's or the address or something. This spot is where you would put notes for the person who's designing a publication for you. So that would be like, do the participants need to bring anything? Is there a deadline for signing up? Especially if there's a blurb that you already wrote up for this event that you want them to use verbatim, just put it in quotation marks and paste it right here. And that will make sure it gets on the flyer. Notes, let's leave notes blank for now because we don't use that at this time. And then if there is a cost, you can put that right here. And then here is the last part where you can request things. So not this little tab, but the next one is important. If you know that the person who's hosting the event does not have keys already, then you need to click on here. Oh, it's not letting me, but click on here, and that will tell Jay that he needs to find a way to get keys to that person in time and then get them back from them. Or if we're not loaning keys, then maybe we would have someone come and unlock for them and then lock it back up. Publications for communication, that's where you request flyers and things. So you would just click on this and it populates a list over here for what you're selecting. So if you want it announced in the emails, if you want a paper flyer for people to take home, sorry, this one I need to get rid of. If you need a paper sign-up sheet for people to sign up at the info table, we always make posters for things that we have a sign-up sheet or flyers, so click that if so. And then if you want something showing on the overhead while announced. And then this one's also important to note. If your event costs money and people need to pay, then please click this one and it will tell us that we need to make a sign-up page that accepts payments. That's really helpful to know. Here's a new service here, not service, but a new thing for you to put in there. If your event requires childcare, and it's not a normal like Sunday school time, click here and you can add that you need a babysitter, and that will alert Jay to look into finding a sitter for your event, and he would probably call you and find out what details you need, but this will tell him about that. Or if it's a big event that needs a computer tech or a sound technician, click those too. Those aren't very common, but then here's one of the most important parts is just telling us which room you're going to be in, so this will automatically make it so we don't double book with anybody. If the room you wanted isn't listed, that means that someone is already scheduled to use it at that time. So you can, if you really, really wanted that room, you could go ahead and ask Jay if he could contact the person who is signed up for that room, and he could ask them if they'd be willing to swap with you. But it could be that but they're just needing to use it because they got to it first. So after this point, you've selected everything and you've told us everything we need to know, and you would push the big button, Save Event, and that's everything. So let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, guys.